So the builds that we're doing compared to other builds I've done in the past, I mean, these top every single one.
I've never been in the situation where I was super worried about like, oh, this might not work or this might not come out as we want it to. It's always been like, well, we gotta try it. Why not? Worst thing is we redo it and redesign it.
A couple months ago, we were talking about taking the car in raw form, like raw sheet metal and just all the billet and fabrication and everything. And I was 100% down for it. Honestly, I still think that should have been the way.
I just wish we did take it bare metal, just because also it's very stressful for the painter to do a good job. And everyone being under this stress it's not fun, you know? Painter doesn't like it. We never liked it. No one likes it.
I have to take everyone's input on what they feel. But at the end of the day, you know, I still have to make the final decision on what route we're gonna take.
Pressure can be a motivator. It can be, for sure. Especially in the car world where everybody wants to see the end result. And I think that's the big thing is when people see this is where I want to be and I love the car so much, they're moving on it. Nobody wants to stop. Everybody wants to get to that final thing.
This is wad up aluminum. Might work better. The fuel lines, the oil lines, breather lines, water lines on the car. Yeah, I would say like 95% of the plumbing on the car, probably even more, is hard lines, and it's a drag car, basically. So there's a lot of plumbing, and it's very big, and there's not a lot of room in the car. Oh, sure. Oh, that's why. It's the 45 room. Trying to prop this thing up so I can weld it while it's being purged. It's a little hard because it's right on the end of the fitting. I feel like these silicone ones, you're not supposed to weld within like an inch, and I'm literally welding where it was. You improvise, you use aluminum foil, and you try and keep the argon in there and get it in like a stable spot to be able to weld it. When it comes to like mechanical things, like obviously we have like the wide body, and then it's like the engine, specifically the intake, is like the centerpiece of the car. But then to tie all the front and back of the car together is all this crazy plumbing that you can't see a lot of it under the car, but if you were to pull the panels off, it's like, people are like, what the hell is going on? I'm trying to do the fine line between getting it done and trying to do the best welds as possible. The problem with like small stainless is it can overheat really fast. So I probably got another solid 15, 20 hours of welding.
At first it was like, okay, these guys buy vehicles and go have fun with them. And then Ricardo started explaining to me that they were getting ready to start a shop. You know, I understand he has experience in building vehicles and stuff, but now they're all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're gonna start a shop, and it's, gotta admit, that little bit of fun curiosity of how else do you say this? Are they gonna shit the bed or are they gonna do really great stuff, you know? And so it's gonna be fun to watch what these guys do over the next few years.
The car's ready to be shot for paint, so we need to take the frame out. We need to get all the parts that are still on it over to Cerakote. We got to send the frame to powder coat. In about 10 days, 9-10 days, we got to get all that done because we got to come back and pick up the body. So we have so much work to do. We have 30 days of work to do in 10 days. I know, Spencer, you have to cut a couple things on the bottom of it. There's 2 other bolts now that's on a lift, I can see. Now we're gonna cross our fingers and hopefully the body comes off.
God damn.
Yeah, you went through.
It's all a good idea in theory, right? Like, this is gonna work great, right? But you don't know if the chassis is gonna flex a little bit, and it's like, bro, how do we get it back in? That's gonna be a nightmare, and it's definitely going to move.
He's gonna fix all that in there. And then I told him, let's just go with that, the undercoating up to this line here. Just so from here down, it's all. And then I'm gonna,
We just get no build up here.
where?
Right here, that's where the boss or the bumper bracket.
So when, we first talked about the car and we first planned this car out, I told everyone that we gotta make this car as easy as we can to be serviceable. Even down to taking the body off the chassis. I mean, a lot of people are like, dang, you're gonna take the body off the chassis? What the heck, right? No, if you do everything right and it goes to plan, it should be able to come off pretty seamlessly.
No, that sounds good.
The back, do you wanna lift from that T or do you wanna lift from that mount?
We'll lift from the mount.
You're talking about the body mount, this big old beam that's got that break in it?
Yeah.
So when I first told Jason what I needed to start blazing rods, about I needed a 3D CAD guy, I needed a fabricator, I definitely think that was the best decision for blazing rods that I could have made. Let's just bump it. We good?
Give it a little bumpy.
Okay, hold on.
Blazing rods would not be here without Jason. It wouldn't be here without Scotty. It wouldn't be here without me, Waylon, or Spencer. It's all here because every single person put in the effort that it needed to make it here.
The car has to go up straight though, because we don't want to hit the turbo mounts. And then there's these studs up here and all the dowels. Yeah.
Come down.
Oh no, I think it's the back one.
The body just set down on something.
Yep.
The whole center of the car went like this.
Did it really?
Yeah. The whole center of the car sucked in.
It's definitely nerve-wracking trying to lift it off first time. I mean, when I mounted the body and everything and built basically the whole cage and inside structure, I built it with the intention that it's going to come off, and I doweled everything and made registers so that hopefully it comes off and kind of goes back on the same spot.
It came off the dowel. You can tell it came out the dowel. We're up there at Adolfo's. We're out of our element, we're just in there all, working together. We know what needs to come apart to take this body off. Everyone's just communicating what we got to do to at what certain point to get this body off. And, I think if you're out here watching, it looks like we're, some sort of pit crew.
Just give that thing a little love tap. Give it a little love tap. There you go.
There.
She did now.
Oh my God.
Well, we clear? Yeah. All right, let's roll this baby forward. All it's in gear.
Hey, buddies.
Turn it that way, Spencer.
Actually, it rolls pretty nice. No alignment. Oh.
Wow. I feel that we do have all the manpower we need, but I feel it's getting to a point where I think we need to start adding another person to the team. It's good for where we're at this exact point in time, but very soon in the near future, we are going to need to add, another member to the team for sure.
In a startup, teamwork is huge. I think you have to have teamwork. Like, one of my companies is 25 years old, and as of today, if the team isn't working together and they're not working great, we're not gonna make our deadlines. We're not gonna hit things, and it's a major, major thing.
Hey Siri, how many days till November 5th?
It's 45 days until then.
So we just got the motor from Ace last night. We just went and popped it in here. Got all set, everything fits, looks like it fits good. So we're gonna take these chains off and get the intake set on here and see how everything looks.
Glad it went right in.
Yeah. Famous last words.
Yeah.
The whole project of the Chevelle has definitely brought everyone closer together. Most jobs or shops and stuff, they would not get this close in that amount of time usually, partly because normally you don't work this much, but it's also something that's you have to be very tight-knit to pull something like this off.
Going,
Yeah, top fuel.
taking the blower off.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't fit, throw it away.
It's gotta go forward a little bit.
Did it just sit down?
No.
Maybe when that plate goes in, it'll pull it in.
You can't all be on your own page. Everyone has to be thinking together, and yeah, you have to be able to get along very well because you are seeing each other all day, every day.
You can get the ratchet wrench in there.
Not
Hell no, you can't. Hell no, huh?
Hey, can we slide this thing forward like that?
Yes,
we
but you can, but when you put silicone on, you can't.
Or if you have a gasket on,
Yeah,
it
for the
won't.
gasket, you can't either.
I think we can.
I don't like none of this can't situation. Or we take the heads off, bolt the heads to the door.
Yes.
You want to go your way or my way?
We'll go my way because you got the
Oh,
giraffe
you
arms.
can't. This shit's gonna hit.
You got it? Yeah. Are we in?
Hey, no. To the non. Go down, like tilt down.
Can't.
That shit is too tight. That shit tight. We need that plate in the center. I guarantee once that plate goes in, it's gonna.
You guys got a lot of faith in that plate that we have proceeded to hammer in every time we put the intake together.
I would say the shop, the way it kind of runs and works together, it's definitely team-based. You know, there are some times where it's like, you know, everyone has their days, just like anywhere in life, you know. But I think we all kind of have the same personality, so I think that's why it kind of works.
I won't get mad if you tell me you don't like it. I won't get mad.
What's up, man? Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks really good. We've all been through so much on this car. We've all dumped everything we have into this car to make it what it is, and the paint that's on here is just complementing all of that.
Yeah. It
looks good,
Really
man.
good. Yeah. I really like.
Can't wait
how
to
it's
see
gonna-
it together right now.
When you put it on there, that's when it's really gonna pop.
So the paint I was after was to match Jason Porsche, and it stood the T. It's exactly the same, and I couldn't ask for anything better. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah. I love
Okay.
it. What do you think about these? Because you wanted these undercoated on the bottom. These right here.
This one still needs to be color center?
Yeah. No. They're just gonna polish it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
And then we did the undercoating on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Damn, this thing came out like
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, so everything's, looks really good. I think it has a lot of potential to win the battle of the builders because this car is it's awesome. It's an old school 1970 Chevelle, like I said, on steroids. Where do you see that? And that the technology and all the hard work that everybody's putting into it, it's got to be up there. It's got to.
We got a long sweeper going on.
Oh, I would start sweeping it.
Someone will hit
I'll
me
start
with a
creeping
street sweeper, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, too much.
Straighten out. We're gonna one-shot this, dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, turn it.
All right, when?
turn it again.
How's the caliper looking?
All right, how are we looking? How are we looking? So today's a big day. You know, we're gonna put the painted body on the freshly powder coated chassis, and we're gonna see it all together for the first time. But there's a lot that goes into that, so we gotta be very careful setting that down because everything's fresh.
All right, start straightening it. Yeah.
Can I pull it side a little bit?
Go slow, because I don't know if it'll clear the back.
No, we're gonna have to go that way a little bit.
Which way?
Let's just keep going back.
Towards you.
We have really wide tires, and you have to set the body on the chassis perfectly straight because we have a very tight fitment against the fender, and you could just blow the fender off the car lowering it if you're not paying attention. So there's a lot of things that are terrifying.
I think we're too far. The back end needs to come towards me. Like maybe 8 inches.
Yeah, we're crooked.
Sheesh, we did the opposite.
It's a very stressful environment to do this because if something goes wrong, if the body slips, the body can fall and get damaged. If the frame's not in the right spot and we scratch something.
We're super angled. The back is gonna hit the frame first. The car's gonna have to go forward.
Yeah, we definitely have to go forward some for sure. Are we going down?
Well, I think I'm on a lock.
100%.
Let me go up. Why is that lifting like that?
I mean, the back of the body is pretty. Yeah, we gotta go forward like a half an inch, it looks like.
Yeah, I can see on this mount too, we gotta go forward.
Yeah.
We'd spent so much time trying to look at every possible scenario on how things can go, making sure everything fits, has clearance around other things. There's a lot of things that we just had to pre-plan and hope for the best as far as, I think there's enough clearance here, I know it'll fit.
I'm gonna go up a little bit. Can you go up any more, Spencer? Right there? Yeah. Okay, coming down? Oh, we're good. I walked in. Are you walked in?
No.
No?
Keep going, keep going. Okay, no, we're not. Hold on, stay.
Yeah, the whole body just went back.
Don't go down.
Do not go down?
No.
What are we close on?
Everything. There's a tube right here, and there's an angled tube that the firewall rolls out.
You wanna come down?
No.
It looks like an illusion that it's close, dude.
It rolls out.
It goes farther out, it's not straight.
I understand, but once you pass this line right here, I think we'll be okay. If you just push this right here, you'll clear.
I know, but how am I supposed to pull that while coming down on the body and crush my fingers?
No, you're not gonna crush your fingers.
The problem is the car's a packaging nightmare, so everything's really tight. So the firewall and a lot of the fuel, breather and return lines are right there on the firewall. So setting the body down, we just have to be very careful and watch pretty much. It's probably gonna take us 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe even more, just to make sure we don't scratch it.
I'm about to lose the body mount on this side, dude. This is just gonna fall off right now.
Problem is if that falls out, it's gonna whack that whole door off.
Oh, I see what's going on right now.
I cannot move the jack.
Do not put your hands anywhere between the body and the frame.
Nice. Full deep, dude.
Whatever you do.
Oh, the puck straightened out.
Are you want to reposition those?
Yeah, we'll put this as close as possible. We don't even need that thing to be locked.
Go up, tap it, tap, tap.
Come down.
Like where though? You can't waste it.
All right, we're almost falling off the jacks in the front. Just
What
so
you
you know.
mean, Daddy?
My front one's all cambered.
Your puck?
Yeah.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, that's the name.
Oh my God.
Ready?
Well, we're close. If it falls, it falls.
It'll go.
Did it go?
Nah. It'll go though.
Hey, could you lower it, Ricardo?
I think we're hung up on the pup. We're creating aluminum shape. Oh, there it goes. This side.
That's all I needed, some weight. The car looks sick. Adolfo did a great job, right? So obviously, yeah, it could contend for Battle of the Builders. Do I think it'll 100% win? No. I also don't like to set myself up for failure like that and be like, it's gonna make it, bro, and then just be like really upset when it doesn't win. So I'm just like, we'll just go with the punches.
Go forward.
Should we straighten it out?
Yeah, straighten out.
It's pretty straight, or mine looks straight.
How?
3, 2, 1.
I don't think we're gonna make it, but go all the way.
Are we gonna make it?
It looks like it's gonna make it, actually.
We good?
I don't know. We just cleared. How about the door?
Good?
Yeah.
God.
So if everything goes as planned, I mean, this is the last time everything's going to be put on the car and not being able to take off unless something catastrophically happens, but I don't see that happening.
It's really great to be able to pick up the phone and call someone with great news. And I was lucky enough to be able to call Ricardo and let him know that Hemmings had selected the 1970 Charger to be inside the Hemmings booth at the SEMA show. And so to make that call was really easy. And then I said, listen, there was a lot of candidates, a lot of builders that we looked at to have their vehicle in our booth. He knew that this was the placement he needed to have for this vehicle. And so it was an easy conversation. He was super stoked, and we're excited.
It's gonna be like 2 sizes up.
We're all working on the car. Everyone's just, fried. Everyone's just so burned out. Everyone's tired. Everyone's stressed. It's like a marathon. I've never ran a marathon, but I can imagine, right? That side cuts back like to the edge of the fender. This one cuts like in. I feel like if it was straight.
Jesus f***ing. All right, who made these breather lines?
Like you see how the other side comes like to here? Sometimes having more people is not always a good thing, Now you're trying to watch what 10 people are doing.
Yeah, we got 1.8s on here. Ain't happening.
You can't hold, like I hold that line and you try to pull the valve cover.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Yeah, design, Playboy.
Yeah, made it like that.
One of the really cool things is that Waylon Spencer, man, they're like the same person. They communicate so well. That's why things work.
Let me get some act right on here.
Yeah, so MD40. Use that as a lube, O-ring lube.
That's why this process is happening. That's why we're able to do this in a year.
Still needs to come down like this.
Yeah.
But that's touching all cylinders right there.
Whatever this gap is right here, this thickness, is like what it should be consistently throughout.
That should stay tight like that.
Waylon comes to me with, questions he has about stuff. I go to Waylon about questions I have with things. Same thing with Spencer. We're all in this together. We all know what it takes. We're all kind of like in this area where we know a lot of things, and putting all that knowledge together is making what you're going to see on the Chevelle.
These lines are way too short, but they have to be, and there's like no way to get them on besides just forcing everything in place. On a build like this, I mean, really any build, to me, you can't feel a sense of accomplishment. You could feel little like wins throughout the process, but you don't actually feel a sense of accomplishment until you see it moving under its own power. It's just trying to get everything, all these final things that I knew was gonna be a nightmare to get in. If the car can move and everything's bolted on and we consider it like full interior, like you could go drive it down the road, that's done. When that happens, I think I'll probably just pass out and sleep right where I'm standing. And hopefully no one moves me for a couple days.
I feel all of these projects become a love-hate relationship. It's love at first and it's hate most of the time, and then at the end you're like, oh, it's kind of nice. You're not like super excited every day to come back in when you've been there till midnight or 2 or whatever, and it's 5 a.m. and you're there again. So those times get tough. From that point to where we were a couple weeks ago, you're like, oh man, I don't even think this is possible. So there's a huge sense of relief and accomplishment. I mean, everyone's been busting their butt for long, long days to make it happen.
At the end of the day, I think we have a perfect team, and to work on a car, there's only a certain amount of hands you could put on a car, or there's a certain amount of space you can have on a lift. Yeah, everyone could use another guy or another two guys. That's just how life is. You can't see it. It looks good. Most shops take years and years to develop, and we developed this in 6 months to a year.
I really hope these valve cover gaskets work.
Oh, you're sending them?
To see how I've already started to like.
You can't look at it as work. Like, you got to look at it as like a brotherhood where we're all just compiling everything together to get this one goal done. And it's not just like a job. It's more like maybe like a family crest or something is what the Chevelle is.
Good news is there is none. I think the valve cover gasket will work. Bad news is I don't know how to get this breather out. That's just so tight.
So stepping back and looking at the car and how it's sitting, I mean, I believe our chances at the Battle of the Builders is extremely high. I really think we have a strong chance at making it to top 12 and even potentially winning this thing. I really do.
When this car debuts, it's going to be incredible. Like I said, I mean, I didn't have to do this. It's not for the money. It's all about fun. And, you know, for these guys, it's about the money, too. They want to earn money. They want to be able to buy a house, buy a car, do this, start their own collection, you know, do all these types of things that I'm doing. And I think it's great. And I can't wait to see these guys, you know, make themselves proud of what they did. Because I'm already proud.